Apologize for the technical difficulties we had last night, so I'm going to try to do it today and we'll post it up. And I want to talk about the word kindness, the sixth word, 6th day. We're into this on our 10-day journey to Pentecost. And we're just believing that this Sunday, Pentecost Sunday, is going to be a very significant day here at the church. And so we encourage you to watch the meditations, the different things that Pastor Dale has put out there about fasting and praying and just seeking the Lord as we approach this day of Pentecost. It's been read before, but I want to read it again. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such there is no law. Now, I heard it a different way one time, and I want to submit it to you. I don't believe that it really makes any difference in the long run how we view this. But the word fruit is singular. The fruit of the Spirit is love. Stop. Love that is joyful, love that has peace, love that has patience, love that is kind. In other words, the rest of the words describe love. And it goes along pretty much with what Paul would write to the Corinthian church in the 13th chapter of 1 Corinthians, what we call the love chapter, and verses 4 through 8 define love. And he says, love is patient, love is kind, love is gentle. And he lists the same things that he's listing here to the Galatian church. So whether you want to call it 9 fruits of the Spirit, or whether you want to say the fruit of the Spirit is love, and these are attributes of love, it doesn't change the fact that we are to bear this fruit in our life. And he said, whenever you abide in the vine, I'm the vine, you're the branches, and I want you to bear much fruit. And that's verse 5 of John 15. And then whenever you drop down to verse 8, he said, herein is my Father glorified, that you bear much fruit. So I want to share with you that branch doesn't work at bearing fruit. Whenever it's attached to the main trunk, to the vine, the branches are attached. It's this life flow that's going through it that makes the fruit. The fruit isn't working. The branches aren't working. It's simply because it's attached. And what we call the sap of the tree that goes up into the branches, that's the Holy Spirit working in our life. Whenever we're abiding in Him, when we're attached to Him, the natural outcome without working per se is that we're going to bear fruit. And His desire is that we bear much fruit, that He is glorified. And I want to share the difference maybe between gifts of the Spirit and fruit of the Spirit. Gifts of the Spirit listed in 1 Corinthians 12 through 14, or 12 and 14. There's 9 gifts that are listed there. Romans 12 has some other giftings listed. But a gift simply speaks of the generosity of the giver. It doesn't really speak of the other than in the giver's eyes. We don't work for gifts. They are, and he said he's given gifts to everyone. All of us have some gifts. I know when I was in school, there were kids that got beautiful cars for their 16th birthday. Had nothing to do that they were the best students or the best athletes. It simply meant that their father had some money and wanted to give them a gift. And God has all of the resources at his disposal, and he loves us and he gives us gifts. But gifts are different than fruit. You can have a gift and not bear fruit. For example, when I first got involved with charismatic renewal back in the 70s, and this was all new to me. I'd never experienced anything like that before. And it was very intriguing. I never saw the gifts in action. But I saw people using gifts. And then when they were